tea comes in many different forms. We've got the teacup form, that is the hot brewed green tea that you're like sipping a cup of tea, right? But it also comes in bottled form, where you can find it on grocery store shelves and things like that. Bottled green tea. But you can also find it in other forms. One that I want to mention is green tea extract, which is often found in the form of a pill or supplement. I want to know, do you drink green tea, whether it's the bottled green tea, the hot green tea? Do you take green tea extract? You know, green tea has a lot of amazing things, a lot of things. It's got catechins, which are polyphenols. They are touted to do lots of things. It also has some caffeine. Now, not every form of green tea that you might consume has caffeine, but many of them do. There are also other ingredients as well, antioxidants, etc. But today we're going to answer a few questions you need to know the answers to. Number one, does green tea help you lose weight? Number two, in no particular order. Number two, what are the health benefits of green tea, regardless of the form that you take it in? Number three, what are the risks of green tea? And by the way, this is super, super, super important. All right, let's start with some of the benefits, okay? I mentioned that green tea has these catechins, polyphenols, antioxidants, maybe has some caffeine. What are some health benefits? Well, we know that antioxidants and things like that have been associated with a lot of potential health benefits. And I really think this is something that we are still learning. You know, one of the things I often say is we don't always have enough data to say what we can say. And I think the case is here too. I suspect that as years go on, we'll find many different things that say green tea and other substances in terms of benefits has on our body because of the antioxidants and things like that. Okay. The other thing I would say is that some benefits of green tea when you're drinking it like as a hot brewed tea, it's low calorie, which is awesome. Okay. It's a low calorie drink, so long as you're not dumping a whole bunch of sugar in there and stuff like that, which is a really good thing. And that also kind of lends me to say that in terms of like the hot brewed, like teacup green tea form, it's pretty healthy, right? Yes, you can drink too much, but assuming that you're not drinking too much, that form can be a really nice addition to your regimen if you like hot tea and you also want to get some antioxidants and things like that. Love that. All right. Now let's talk about some cons, some negatives, okay? And in particular, I'm going to move from the hot brewed green tea form and let's go to the green tea extract forms that we often see with pills and supplements. Green tea extract in pill form has been linked to liver damage. And this is not a secret. If you Google green tea extract and liver damage, it's going to come up. It's in fact one of the supplements that tends to be at the top of the list of things that we tend to worry about in terms of supplements causing liver damage. I have a whole video on supplements that cause liver damage, the main ones or ones that people often use. I'll link that here. You should watch that. Green tea extract is at the top of the list. Okay, meaning you got to beware. And also remember too that supplements are not regulated by the Food and Drug Administration closely. I say this in almost every video where I'm talking about supplements. So oftentimes we don't know exactly what's in it, all sorts of stuff. There's just a lot of unknowns, okay? Now let's move to the bottled green tea that you might get like on a drugstore. I mean, they taste good, but oftentimes they have a ton of sugar in them, okay? And that's not a good thing. A lot of teas taste good when they're bottled because a lot of times they're sweetened with sugar and we just don't need that sugar. Now, the other thing I'll say is that, again, many of these drinks and formulations have caffeine in them. Not all, you have to look at the product, but many have caffeine. And caffeine in and of itself is not bad unless you're consuming too much caffeine, okay? So any of these can become negative from a caffeine standpoint if you're taking too much, ingesting too much. Potential side effects of having either too much or of any of these products could be things like, when it comes to excess caffeine, you can get tremulousness, just feel jittery, shaky, like you just can't sit still, okay? It could also be that your heart races. You could also feel anxious or dizzy or lightheaded, things like that. I also did mention, and I'll say this again, that the pill form of the green tea extract has been associated with liver damage. I should also say that liver damage has not been found to happen in everyone who takes the green tea extract pill, but enough people that we have to caution folks about this. The other thing I would say too, though, is that there have been reports of people simply drinking the hot brewed form of green tea that have also gotten liver damage. Far fewer cases of that than the extract pill form, but I need to mention that for completeness, okay? And then, of course, with any sort of almost anything, you can get nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, like whether it's with the drink or the supplement, etc., if it just doesn't work well with you, which is always a possibility, all right? Now, let's go to one of the questions I know and answer, does it help you lose weight? Because this is one of the big things that a lot of these companies say, is that green tea is a fat buster. It'll melt fat, burn fat, get rid of fat, and things like this. Let me start by saying that there actually are some studies that suggest that people in the studies who've had green tea versus the other substance actually lost maybe a little bit of weight. Okay, that does exist. However, when looking at the totality of evidence that we have, there's not a lot of good evidence that's what we call statistically significant to say that, oh yes, green tea causes weight loss. We have small individual studies that suggest this, but we don't have enough of them, enough good studies, enough robust data to say that it does this across the board, okay? And the other thing to keep in mind is that in people who lost a little bit of weight in the studies, notice how I keep mentioning a little bit, meaning it was modest at best. And the studies about having them keep off the weight didn't really pan out. So what am I saying here? I'm saying that there is some data that says, yeah, okay, green tea can cause some weight loss, but we don't expect it to really be meaningful in real life. Just because these studies have shown this doesn't mean it's actually going to translate to real life, and you're going to see that when you take it. In fact, that's not what happens, okay? So that's important for you to know. What I would say as a family doctor is if you're taking green tea to lose weight, I would say that there are better, more surefire ways to lose weight than taking green tea, whether drinking it or taking it if you wouldn't already. There's a lot of evidence-based, amazing, wonderful diet and exercise programs, medications, and so much else, modalities that we have that will help you lose weight. And that's more of a bang for your buck and more surefire as well, living a healthy life. I want to know, do you drink green tea, whether it's the bottled green tea, the hot green tea? Do you take green tea extract? What do you take it for? How do you find that it works? Do you find that it works? What do you think about it? And let me know what you think about these studies. Did you think that it worked? Is this a surprise? Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Threads, etc. Also, go to my website, drjencaudle.com, to sign up for my free weekly health newsletter. Love y'all. Bye.